Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. I left you last time with a serious maths problem, which of course when I got off and thought about it hard, of course the triangle's made up of degrees that amount to 180, and of course if it was a square it'd be 360. I don't know why I got it so wrong, because angles are not a problem for me. It's a bit like percentages, they're not a problem for me. Well, clearly it was a problem on the last vlog, so I've got it all wrong. Anyway, I'm sure you can see from the camera, having done all the angles and everything, I've now put the wood in place on the return of the wall, and that is framing out now in order for me to start designing what sort of window I'm going to have at this point. I did a bit of research, I looked at all sorts, and the one thing that stood out was an awful lot of beam work inside, which I'm going to replicate. So my next job that I've got to do is what I have done, and I will show you, is I have taken a template. I've used some heavy duty lining paper, and I've actually taken a template by putting the paper on the front here, taping it down with the good old frog tape, and then going inside and just scoring out this shape in order that I can then sort of design how I would like the end window. So I'm going to carry on with that. I'm going to do a little bit more research today, so that means I'm going to spend some time on the computer just looking and seeing what I can do, and maybe I can do some beautiful structural pattern work, running the beams across the room and also having the support struts right up to a central beam at the top. It does allow me to run lighting above the beamwork, and I've got some LED strip lighting which I'd like to fit, and I think if I fitted it on the top of each support that goes across the room, the light from that would really look lovely. And then of course the rest of the living room I could just put lamps on side tables, and I think that would absolutely fantastic. So this is what I've drawn. This is what I've got to work with. And literally I can do anything I like. Let me just get you so you can actually see. I think you can probably see the top, I don't know. Let me just angle her up. But all the angles are correct, everything's correct. This is the internal measurement of that wood that I put in. In the meantime, what do I do with the window? Well, I'd like to divide it into three, so I'd probably run lines up as far as I can, and then put a brace across and have a triangular window at the top. That's how I see it, but I've got lots of things to decide on. And I've got this template, and I can use it both for the window and I can use it for the beam structure as well. Hi, back again. It's a different day. Something to show you I've done with the Dollhouse. I had some success with spraying a console table for friends, which is that's now nearly finished. But what I did was I thought, oh, I think I'll spray the inside and outside of the Dollhouse. So I'll show you what it looks like now, because it really is looking quite good. So there we go. It's more even cover. There are some odd spots, and certainly inside this top floor, with the cathedral window at the rear, it's not so good because I couldn't get the spray unit in there. So I'm going to now wallpaper the ceiling, the roof space in that section of the house. So follow along and watch me get into a mess with the glue. I'm going to get the glue out. Let me just find the glue. Oh yeah. Got a big tub of no nonsense PVA. Yeah, I could do use the wood glue because I think they're pretty similar in composition. But I'm just going to add some water to this. Alright, just add a bit of water in. Find a lolly stick. And I can mix that up hopefully. And that might be enough. I could use, you can use wallpaper paste if you want to, but I'm going to stick with the PVA method. Hopefully this will work. That's got a nice watery consistency. Lovely. Right, so I've manhandled the doll's house onto its side, and now I'm going to glue up the paper. I might even glue up the wall as well. Now this is the wall that I'm doing, but the way I've got the camera set up is so precarious, it's ridiculous. It may not, the camera may decide to wobble over. But let me just get the glue. I'm just going to paste over this wall. So I've got, I mean it's soaking, oh, it's soaking in quite nicely. Yeah, getting everywhere else other than on the wall, of course, which is my will to do. So whilst I'm waiting for all the wallpaper to dry, I've got this flooring, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting it into individual strips. It is sticky back. I don't know how well that's going to work on my surface. It's a Streets Ahead product. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting it into strips, but in order that I'm not going through any of the wood, I'm turning it upside down, folding it, and then cutting along the crease. I found I'd got 3 sheets of this. It must have been for a different project and I didn't use it, but what I like about it is it's actually a finish. There is a finish on this, so once it's gone down, if it's looking good, it'll look like solid wood flooring, which is the idea. A lot of people use the bare wood version of this in order to create floorboards, but this I'm wanting to create a solid wood floor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying down these floorboards, and it's a question of getting it right to the edge, but this is an exact fit in the doll's house, so using templates is always a good idea, because once this floor is down on this carton, then I can try it and it can then wait then for me to do all the lighting for the ground floor. Oh, I tell you, I'm not doing very well here. Actually, I'm wondering, do you know something? Whilst I've got it like it is, why don't I just put a bit of frog tape on there? That's better. So there we go, the floor is finished. Very, very pleased, I have to say. And I think this is going to fit perfectly in the doll's house. It is a bit lumpy bumpy, but when it's fitted and it's glued down, it will flatten out, and obviously I'll put some weight on it to make sure that it lays flat. Just finished papering now in this great room, and I've just got the doorway there and that needs to be cut out, so I'll show you the method I'm going to use. I've just got to find myself a piece of wood that will take up. Right, I found a bit of the Dollhouse. What I'm doing is I'm going to try and fit that in there. Yeah, that just covers the Dollhouse door. This is the paper now. It's all dried on the other side. I've got this piece of MDF, which is part of the building, and it just covers it nice. I've got my Swan Morton blade knife, and I'm just going to score very lightly because I don't really want to mark the wood, the MDF behind, but I'm going to just run and score this out. That's one side. Oops, let's try and get that further down. And this one up as well. Ooh, still got a bit of glue going on. And that's across there. So let's just see now. I'll take this piece out. Yes, I haven't made a mess with that. That's good. So the theory is, well, here we go. And there's the wallpaper done. Oh, careful, got fingers. Let me just take that at the top. I think, there we go. That's perfect. Oh, there's some little niggly bits at the top, but no, that's worked perfectly. So I'll bring you round again to see from the other side. So that's completed. That's all lined out. I also, if I bring you out of the, I also managed to line out this piece here. So that's done. I'm not going to do anything with that for now. The theory is possibly I should line it, I don't know. But I think now I've managed this so successfully, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to do the other pieces and the other parts. The only other thing that needs is just trimming along this edge. But apart from that, it's all in and it's all looking really, really lovely. So this is the next bit I need to work on in order to complete this window, which is going to have a door in it. Now, to start with, I've put this in, but I've also put this piece of wood in. I don't know whether you can see it. It's just centre of the frame, and this is part of where I'm going to be fitting the glazing. So I've been rummaging in my box of windows, door frames, doors, and I found this. Now this is part of what would be a French door, and you can see it's got that grooved surround, the fascias all the way around. What I need to do is I need to get those fascias off. I don't want them white because that rather dictates that the whole thing will have to go in a colour, and I haven't quite decided yet what colour or whether I just want wood. And if you see, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get that off. I've certainly got to get this base part off. There are the pinholes for the doors that will swing open. But I want to keep this size, and I have got two French doors that will fit in to this frame. Typical me, I've put them away and I now can't locate them, but I know that I've got them. I keep absolutely everything. So I'm going to take this to the work table and I'm going to get on and try and get it sorted. So first things first, I need to take the bottom out, and then I need to try and get this off. I think it's possible. I hope it's possible because I really don't want to sand this down. This is my early attempts at painting, and quite frankly it's not that good. So let me first try and get this off, and I think I'm going to use my saw. If I just move this all out of the way here, I'll just get the framework, I think, into the vise I've got here, and I'm going to try and, yes, I'm going to try and cut this out. So let's get these corners off and see if I can make this work. Oh, there we go. It's come out. Oh, that's fantastic. So now I can see where I'm going to have to cut. And I think it's got to be, in order to get that off, golly, these are very beautifully made. You can't deny it. Let me just see if I can send the saw along. Let's see if I can take this piece out. Ooh. I've got to take it really close. I could buy a new one, but if I did that, I'm still going to have to basically chop it up. So I'd rather try and do it with this. There'll probably be a lot of sanding at the end of it, but wow. Let's just see what's doing here. I think I might have to get my tiny table saw out. It's not tiny, but I think I'm going to get my table saw out and take it off with that. Well, that's it for this vlog. I shall see you next time when I'm carrying on with possibly doing the window, or maybe I will have had it done by then. But take care. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up. And if the more thumbs up I get, apparently it gets out to more people and they can also join in and see what I'm up to with this doll's house. Anyway, it's bye for now. Bye.